Shalom, family. I know I'm doing this impromptu and I didn't give notice. I just happened to be up tonight and we're going to go over the numbers that have come out from the US Census. And trust me, we're being hoodwinked on who actually have the most single family homes in the US, and it's not us. It's not us, but, remember, they tried to hoodwink us on the welfare thing, trying to con us into believing for so long that we were the biggest welfare recipients, and that did not pan out to be true. When our people started researching and looking into the numbers, we saw white people were the biggest welfare recipients, okay? And we have been told all this time we have the most single family households. And when you go and look at the actual numbers, what I'm going to show you comes directly from the US Census. And the US Census is always 1 year behind. So you're going to see the numbers. I'll put them up on the screen going from 2011 to 2022. And at no point in time did we have the most single family homes. This is why. What I would like to see is my people, instead of jumping on videos, trying to talk down on Black women and all the single family homes, start pulling up these numbers. And you're going to realize there's a lot of psychological warfare going on. They want us to believe we are the worst of the worst when it comes down to everything. And it simply is not true. Not only are we not number one in single family households, how could we? If we're 13% of the population, it's no way that can be possible. We're not big enough. This is their claim. We know they're full of crap, but this is their claim. So if we're only 13% of the population, we couldn't be the most of anything. Either that or they're doing some high IQ math that just don't add up. So please give me a one if you can see my screen. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. All right. And, these other groups would have to be bigger because certain groups got lacking numbers as far as their growth. So what they do is they merge all of these other groups into their group. So you would have to be the biggest and not us. East Indians are white, Arabs are white, and really Latinos should not have their own breakout group. Aren't many of them classified as white? The Egyptians that come here, the Northern Africans, everybody's white, right? So there's no way we can be the biggest of anything. They got all the merged in groups to make bulk up the numbers. So let me go ahead and share this with you. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at these numbers. And ladies and gentlemen, what I will do also, let me let me give you the link, and that way you can see exactly what I am going over. So let me put the link in the chat. And the numbers that I'm showing you come directly into this data center from the US Census. All right. Okay. So let's get started. Let me see if I can zoom in on this as well. Hold on one second. I'll try to make it bigger on the screen. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that's better and you can really see it. If not, if you still have a hard time, use the link that I put in the chat. All right. So now let's take a look. Starting at 2011, let's start with non Hispanic white. Now, according to the US Census numbers, 9,466,000 white single family homes, a home where there's one parent and children. Okay. And then if you look at 2012, it was 9,358,000 single family white homes. And you can see it consistently stayed at 9 million for at least a few years. So then in 2013, 9,289 single family white homes. In 2014, 9,181,000 single white homes. All right. Now, who got the next biggest amount of single family homes in America? Hispanic or Latino? They got more single family homes than the Black community. So let's take a look at their numbers from 2011 to 2014. So as you can see that in their community, the Hispanic or Latino community, they had 6,890,000 single family homes. That number actually jumped up in 2012 with 7 million, roughly a little over 7 million single family homes. It jumped up even more in 2013, 7,044,000 single family homes in the Hispanic or Latino community. And then if you look at 2014, it jumped up even more, 7,190,000 single family homes. Now, let's look at Black or African American single family homes. Do y'all see what is everybody following me on this? Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this. In 2011, 6.5 million Black or African American single family homes. So as you can see, the white and the Latino Hispanics outnumber the amount of single family homes in our community. And if you look, it's very consistent. It's the same way in 2012 where you see 6,493,000 Black or African American single family homes. And you can see if you look down the list, they outnumber our single family homes. And if you go to 2013, which actually it dropped a little. So you had 6,427,000 single family homes in the Black or African American community. And then 2014, you can see the other groups outnumber us. You have 6,382,000 single family homes. Just look down the list. Look down the list. Well, just pull the chart up. I gave you the link. So if it looks blurry on my screen, just use the link that I put into the chat, and that way you can look at it on your own. Or maybe you need to, adjust your zoom. That way you can see it a little clearer. Okay. All right. So you can see at no point in time in the Black community did we have the most single family homes. You know, what's really appalling is these folks talk to us like they're not going through a divorce, or some of their women had babies without being married. They act like this stuff ain't going on in their communities. It's going on in all of their communities. But they have to psychologically make us believe it's worse among us than anyone else. And they are straight up lying. There are many white women out here that never been married and they got children. There are many Latino women out here that never been married, but they got children. But somehow, when it happens in the Black community, it's worse than everyone else. And it's absolutely false. Or they act like a father in their community don't walk away from the family. Y'all, when I was growing up, we had neighbors. Well, we have Haitians that live next door now, but it was a white family that lived there when we first moved to New Jersey. And that's what their father did. One day, there was a big old commotion outside. He jumped in the car with a suitcase. He left and never came back. He left his wife and kids. He never ever came back to visit. He didn't call, he didn't get back in touch with them. He literally left them and never looked back. So don't try to make us believe that these men just don't do that. That is a straight up lie. I witnessed it myself. So it would be nice if people in our community would start looking at the census and the things that are coming out before you jump on videos and you start making assumptions based on something you heard from another group that got an agenda. These other groups got agendas. Of course, they're trying to make you look bad. Of course, they want you to look worse than everyone else. Yeah, they've been playing that game with us forever. Okay. So now let's go to 2015. So you got non-Hispanic white. And according to this, there were 8,998,000 single family homes in the white community. And if you go to 2016, it was 8,766. 2017, 8,623. In 2018, 8,526. In 2019, 8,479, and in 2021, nearly 8,000,000, 7,949,000. Remember, these numbers are coming directly from their US Census. So let's look at Hispanic or Latinos. These are the amount of single family homes during the same time period. So 2015, 7,180,000. In 2016, their numbers actually go up, where the white numbers go down, but they still have more than us. That's the bottom line. Both of these groups have more than us. So in 2016, they had 7,230 single family household in Hispanic or Latino community. In 2017, they had 7,283. In 2018, 7,301. 2019, 7,339. And in 2021, 7,466. And now look at our numbers. Actually, when it comes down to single family households, our numbers consistently drop. Now, you have to look at everything we're up against, y'all. Our people are being mass incarcerated to this very day. Our people have always been divisions. The divisions between us started in chattel slavery, y'all. That's when it began. This is not a recent thing. This is a historic thing. They never wanted our families together. And then you have to factor in welfare when the black man could not be in the home. And y'all, they don't do this to any other man. A white woman could have her man in the house, a Latino woman can have her man in the house and be on welfare. It was only black men. So they had an agenda to keep our homes divided. And we were up against all of those things. If anything, they did everything they could to keep us divided. And then probably the biggest thing in our lifetime was the crack epidemic. The crack epidemic was a major time when families were divided in modern times, where they really went above and beyond to keep us separated during that time, along with mass incarceration, which picked up during the crack epidemic. So we were up against a lot of things, but when you look at these numbers, we still have the fewest single family homes in the country. So let's look at 2015. In Black or African American households that have, that are single family, 6,333. In 2016, 6,281. As you can see, the numbers go down. In 2017, 6,123. In 2018, 6,166. So it went up slightly then. But look at the drop in 2019, 5,988. And then look at 2021, 5,685. Look, them folks collected these numbers. We didn't collect these numbers. We didn't create any of this. This is the numbers that came from the government of this country. So it didn't come from us. We didn't fudge the numbers. We didn't manipulate numbers because we don't do that anyway. We don't do that anyway. The people that got an agenda to keep us divided, they're the ones that play around with numbers. That's not us. So I want my people to start looking before you accept what is said to us. That's how they got away with lying to us about welfare. For many years, we didn't look at those numbers. They knew what those numbers were, and they knew they were the biggest group on there. And then I remember when we found out and we started talking about it, then they came back with, well, we're not on it as long. That's not true. That's not true. They're on there as long as anyone else. And what difference does that make even if you weren't? You still on there more than anyone else. battle there, then that's what they came back. Well, we're not on it as long. Okay. All right. So that's the game you're going to play, right? So what are you going to say in this instance? You're not single family households as long. What's your excuse now? So let me scroll up because I know some of you got this on your screen. Let me just scroll up. Let's see if I can get myself to scroll up. That's not what I want. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get this back. Mm, all right, let me see if I can use the link. All right, here we go. All right, I'm going to share my screen again. All right, so you can see the title of this United States, and you see what it says children in single parent families by race and ethnicity in the US. All right. And like I said, all of the data on here comes directly from the US Census. So this is the Annie E. Casey Foundation. And so you know exactly where I got this from. And even if you pull up the US Census, you're going to pretty much get the same information. All right. You know, they have to keep this agenda of lying to us and making us believe falsehoods. You know, they never want us to feel uplifted and feel good about ourselves. So, what they do is try to tag on to us the worst of the worst. We are the worst in crime. But if you look at the FBI statistics, no, we're not. We're not even the worst in crime. So they have got this psychological warfare that they've been playing with us for centuries. Black on black crime. But if you look at the numbers, there's an awful lot of white people killing each other out here. There's a lot of Latinos out here killing each other out here. But everything have to be pinned on us. So y'all, the next time you hear people say these things, we're the most this, the most that, first of all, that's mathematically impossible. If we go according to what them folks say, they say we're 13% of the population. So if we are 13% of the population, we can't be the biggest of anything. There's no way we could be. So make them start explaining how they have come out with these numbers. But just know they have been running the biggest psychological scam on us forever now. And you know what, to add insult to injury, I have heard videos of Latinos trying to drag Black people on our single family household, and their single family household outnumber us. I've even seen that online. I mean, just the nerve of these people. It's just the nerve, the sheer nerve of these people, y'all. And like I said, go directly to the US Census too, and you can compare the numbers over there, and you'll see it's the same outcome. All right. No, we're not taking any claims by mouth. We're done with that. We are done with that. So if you're going to make this claim, no, 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 it's you, you better show it. And no, no, and we don't want nothing accepting it. All right, y'all. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I just wanted to show you this briefly. And just to let you know, don't believe the hype. Don't believe everything that they have historically wanted us to believe. If they're telling us something negative, then we need to start looking things up. We got everything at our disposal right out here on the internet. So let's take advantage of that. Everybody, please enjoy the rest of your night. I'm definitely going to get some sleep, and I have to give y'all another update on True Royal. I will do that in the morning because there are things that I need to post on the GoFundMe. And I want to also thank each and every one of you that have come out to show support. She really does need the support. And I'm grateful that many of you has showed enough kindness to contribute. And thank you for your kind words. I know everybody is not in a position to give, but those of you that have, I deeply shalom family.